The CCT is the highest decision-making body in between conferences. In its meeting that was held on the 23rd of January 2022, resolved on the dissolution of all structures of the organization in the province due to the poor performance outcomes of the 2021 local government elections. The PILK has a composition of 6 commissars, convened by Commissar Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi and coordinated by Commissar Rebecca Mhlala. The establishment of the Provincial Interim Leadership Corps was for the purpose of rebuilding the organization and renewing the mandate of the organization in Limpopo. This structure successfully convened its meeting consistently during the period under review from its establishment to date. These meetings were to ensure that the resolution of the CCT is implemented and closely monitored. The Provincial Interim Leadership Corps managed to achieve its mission of existence in the province and has successfully implemented programs of the organization in the province. Below is a sample of the composition of the PILK and the deployments. The members of PILK were deployed as conveners and coordinators of all regional interim leadership corps in their various regions of deployment. It was only in Waterberg where there were 2 CCT members deployed. The EFF is now present and active in Limpopo due to the intense organizational work done on the ground by PILK and its structures. There are 5 regions in the province with 568 IEC wards, which 554 managed to successfully convene the branch people's assemblies. An assessment will indicate that all regions have held regional people's assemblies and elected leadership to carry the mandate emanated from the RPAs. The regional interim command teams are fully fleshed with a constitutional composition and members are active on organizational activities. All regions must have PCT deployees so as to ensure both oversight and a clear line of communication between the region, province, and national. Reports from the region also indicate all regions have regional offices and volunteers to ensure that the EFF continue to be available for our people on a daily basis. Fighters, we must not underestimate the influence of social media in the current world order and the changes that the COVID-19 pandemic has brought about, which has forced us to utilize social media platforms to reach out to our constituencies. Through social media, we can be able to agitate and educate, not only our members, but broader society, and we'll be able to rally them behind the EFF banner. Reports we have received also indicate that regions have participated in national elections, local government elections, and by-elections in the period under review. The numbers indicate that we still have a lot of work to do, hence today the organizational report is presented by the member of the CCT as the provincial coordinator of Limpopo, amongst other things. We must double our efforts in terms of encouraging people to register to vote and convincing them to vote for the EFF. More on this matter will be dealt with in the elections report. The mass-based activities conducted within this short period of time revived the spirit of activism on the ground and the dedication on the part of our members, and also foresight as well as wisdom from the regional interim leadership corps leaders who coordinated activities. Not to forget the role played by our public representative, members of the legislatures and councillors, to be the voice of our dejected masses on matters affecting the lives of the people. Number 3, the provincial programs and organizational activities. Programs and activities are the lifeline of all organizations. They are a barometer by which the society gauge the usefulness of the organization, and they also ensure that the organization is acknowledged and appreciated by the society which the organization seeks to attract. The organization in the province embarked on a program to visit influential chiefs and kings in Limpopo. The provincial convener visited the chiefs to formally introduce the leadership of the organization. The EFF has already visited the following traditional leaders for the purpose of greeting them and listening to their challenges. Below is the table of traditional leaders and their challenges. The EFF in the province has been highly active, especially during this period of organizational renewal. This program and activities were in the main to build strong structures of the movement from the ground to this level of the province. Mass recruitment to contribute positively to the 1 million membership recruitment campaign. Ensure that EFF structures established in all corners of Limpopo theoretically and politically arm members and ground forces of the EFF. Ensure that they understand the EFF and utilize public representative detachment progress in addressing service delivery challenges and progressively advance the interest of the dejected masses through their deployment in legislatures and municipalities. This structure has a clear mandate from the CCT to achieve the following: to formally constitute itself as PILK as per the guidelines, to convene immediate regional general assemblies, to present the decision by the CCT and ultimately the plenum, to establish interim structures, RILK in all 5 regions and WCTs in all 568 wards, to commence with the rebuilding process. Conduct induction workshop for all structures before their formal launch about the basics of the EFF and its principles. Convene political education session for general memberships. Ensure maximum visibility of the EFF through the province through organizational activities such as Red Fridays. Ongoing membership recruitment drive on the ground to reach the provincial 1 million membership recruitment campaign. Assist in building EFF student command structures on the ground and their programs. Ensure that the GTU structures in the province are efficient and perform to the expectation of its status of being an official opposition party in government in the province. In carrying forward the mandate of the CCT, the PILK implemented the following programs of the organization as tasked. Organized the first regional general assemblies in their regions of deployment as mandated to present the decision of the CCT. The assemblies were attended by branch chairpersons and secretaries of the branches that were in good standing, and 2 representatives from the wards that were not in good standing by that time. These assemblies were addressed by the officials led by the Commander-in-Chief and the President. The President and the officials addressed the Vembe Regional General Assembly on the 29th of March 2022. On the 30th of March 2022, the President and the Treasurer General Umpile Mautwi attended Waterberg RGA. The Deputy President, Komisa Floyd Chibambu, and the National Chairperson, Komisa Veronica Mende, were in Capricorn and Mopani, while the Secretary General, Komisa Marshall Dlamini, and Deputy Secretary General, Komisa Popi Mailula, addressed the Sekhukhune RGA. We managed to establish RILKs in all 5 regions as per the guidelines. All these structures were led by members of the CCT as conveners. We established ward command teams in all 568 wards in the province. These structures managed to facilitate the launching of branches in 554 wards out of 568. We convened in induction workshop for WCT per cluster, led by the provincial convener, Komisa Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, in all regions. We formally launched the provincial 1 million campaign in Waterberg, Lephalale sub-region. This was followed by the official launch of the campaign in all regions. The program yielded positive results. Hence, we managed to reach the provincial recruitment target and launched branches. The Deputy President presided over the launch of the Vembe region 1 million membership campaign on the 4th of March 2022 at Malamulele, and approximately 500 people attended the launch. We participated in the EFF Student Command SRC elections campaign in both TVETs and universities. The Student Command won both the universities, Unilim and Univen, with convincing results. We hosted a national June 16 rally at Makwarela Stadium in Thohoyandou. The rally was addressed by the Commander-in-Chief and the President. The structure had a target of not less than 5,000 masses of attendance, and more than 10,000 people attended that event. Consistently convened the GTU meeting at the provincial level and regions. This process was able to improve the work of our public representative, including the Provincial Interim Leadership Corps members in their capacity as members of parliament. We established both labor and gender-based violence desk in the province as per the decision of the CCT. The GPV mass activities organized in all the regions. Service delivery mass protest organized in all regions and municipalities. Convened RGAs to monitor progress on implementation of programs and meetings of target by structures. These RGAs were addressed by the Deputy President and members of PILK in their regions of deployment. The province convened a lecture on Vladimir Lenin lecture on the 22nd April 2022. The event was held at Guyani Community Hall, and it was addressed by the Deputy President. The province hosted the Economic Freedom Fighters Student Command Provincial Assembly on the 21st of May 2022 at Poch Villa Hotel and Conference Center, which was successful, and they elected their leadership. Further, the province convened the Karl Marx lecture at Mopani on the 5th May 2022. The lecture was addressed by the Deputy President, Commissar Floyd Shibambu. The program was successful. On the 27th March 2022, the province commemorated the Freedom Day rally at Musodi Hall in Mosina. The rally was addressed by the provincial convener, Commissar Mbuiseni Ndlozi. The program was also very successful. We convened the Franz Fanon lecture, which was addressed by the Deputy President, Commissar Floyd Shibambu. The lecture was held at Ngwakurama Tlodi Sports Complex in Seshego, Polokwane sub-region on the 20th of July 2022. It was attended by the RILK members, public representatives across the province, and the general membership of the organization. The program was successful. We built structures to convene branch people's assembly to reach the minimum target of 90% or either 100% per region, to be able to convene regional people's assemblies. Successfully, we convened all RPAs that elected the leadership that will be expected to continue with the program of building strong existing structures in their respective regions. The PILK is convening the 3rd Provincial People's Assemblies as a final program to implement as mandated by the CCT. Yarenati Mare Khatile, the baton will be on the new leadership that will be elected to take it forward. We are proud to say we are presenting a well-oiled province and wish that the incoming leadership will maintain standard as we work to consolidate ground towards socialist power. Number 4, the provincial office. The provincial office of the organization was located at 8A Landros Mare Street in Polokwane. We are in the process of moving it to a new office. This office has the responsibility of implementing PILK decisions and programs of the CCT and the War Council, run the daily life of this movement, and ensure maximum visibility of EFF in the province. The table below is list of the staff members. Number 5, state of regions. Following the disbandment of all the structures in Limpopo, the PILK established the Regional Interim Leadership Corps, which were constituted by CCT members and members of the organization in the province. In the immediate, the RILK was tasked with official communicating the CCT decision on the disbandment of the provincial and regional structures to the branch through an RGA, launched the 1 million membership and Red Friday campaigns in order to align regional programs with provincial and national programs in terms of recruitment of 1 million membership campaign. RILK was further responsible for the establishment of the WCTs, engage on membership verifications, renewal, and new recruitment to convene the Branch People's Assembly, conduct political induction workshop to ensure that all WCTs understand the organization, its principle, and the code of revolutionary discipline. All regions convened three regional general assemblies during the period under review, presided over by the Deputy President, Commissar Floyd Shivambu. These assemblies were to track the program and the work done by the branches in preparation of the 4th Regional People's Assembly, which they were convened successfully. We now tend to deal with the state of each region. 5.1 is Capricorn region. Capricorn region is formed by a collective of 4 sub-regions, namely Blowback, Lepelle, Nkumpi, Mulemule, and Polokwane. The region has 113 IEC wards, which are geographically positioned as per the municipality boundary demarcation, with 30,321 membership in good standing. The region successfully convened its 3rd Regional People's Assembly prior to the national election in November 2021. The RCT elected at this assembly was dissolved as part of the resolution of the CCT to dissolve all structures in the province. Upon dissolution, the RILK was instituted, which composed of 21 members who were active and attended organizational programs, while 4 members, namely Kinsley Mariving, Juliet Lehong, Poshia Tau, and Kulfele Kokana, were removed from RILK due to non-attendance. All members of RILK were deployed to clusters in various sub-regions. RILK further appointed fighters to coordinate labor and gender desk. Below is the list of members that constituted the RILK of Capricorn region. The RILK convened 16 meetings since it was established, mainly to monitor progress on implementation of programs in taking forward the mandate at hand to rebuild the organization within a time frame set by the CCT guidelines. Apart from the organization work done by RILK, there were various programs that were conducted by the structure which illustrated the political activism of the collective. Below are programs undertook by the leadership. Capricorn region held an RGA at Nirvana Civic Center on the 30th of January 2022, addressed by the Deputy President, Commissar Floyd Shivambu, and the National Chairperson, Commissar Veronica Mende. Out of 226 delegates expected, only 198 delegates attended, coming from 97 wards of 113 wards throughout Capricorn region. The region hosted the launch of 1 million membership recruitment campaign in Lepelle. It actually convened the launch of 1 million membership recruitment campaign in Lepelle Nkumbi sub-region, Mafefe Cluster Ward 22 in Hamampa on the 4th of March 2022, which was a success. The region managed to reach the 1 million membership recruitment target. This achievement, however, has not found expression across all branches. The region managed to launch 109 vibrant wards, which amounts to 96% out of 113. The RILK honored the invitation on the 10th of March 2022 of opening of Muruleng High School kitchen in Waterberg, built by the EFF president and the commander-in-chief, Julius Silomalema. The CIC addressed the learners and encouraged them to focus, work hard, and excel in their exams to further their studies without any hassle. Polokwane sub-region and RILK members supported the former MPL, Josie Butani, in his court appearance. The case was thrown out due to lack of evidence. RILK members in Molemole engaged in a march to various departments on service delivery issues. They marched to water affairs to resolve the water crisis faced by the community over months. They marched for clinics to open 24 hours, marched to SAPS to address police visibility in the community. Furthermore, RILK marched to a construction site, which was busy with Ramokgopa Road, to confront the injustices that happened wherein fair process of employment was forced by the EFF. And ultimately, 32 people were employed for a period of 6 months. RILK in Molemole distributed assorted seeds to Didima High School at Mokgapula Maila Crèche to encourage community members to play part in local food security. Fighters all challenged the local ESCOM authorities to address load reduction, which was implemented in Molemole, Ward 7. The issue was resolved through engagement with the manager, and load reduction in the area has since been halted. Capricorn held its 4th Regional People's Assembly at Jack Bottas Hall. The assembly took place on the 19th of November 2022. It was attended by 211 delegates out of 216 delegates expected, coming from 108 branches throughout the region. The newly elected RCT consists of 11 females and 10 males. The following is the newly elected leadership of Capricorn, that table. 5.2, Vembe region. Vembe region is situated in the northern part of Limpopo province and is composed of 4 local municipalities, namely Makato, Musina, Tulamela, and Collins Shaban. The region has 127 IC wards, which are geographically positioned as per the municipality boundary demarcation, with 25,246 membership in good standing. The table below is an overview on the status of the branches in Vembe. The region went to its Regional People's Assembly on the 28th August 2022, held at Poch Villa Hotel in Thohoyandou. The assembly was attended by 184 delegates drawn from 114 branches in good standing at that time. Following the resolution of the CCT, the region was disbanded. Upon dissolution, the RILK was constituted, and it consisted of 17 members, owing to the removal of 5 RILK members due to their inactivity in their initial deployment. The RILK further appointed fighters to coordinate the work of Labor Desk and Gender Desk, which that was taken down to sub-region. Below is the list of the members that constituted the RILK of Vembe. The RILK has convened 32 meetings through its existence, mainly to monitor programs on implementation of programs in taking forward the mandate at hand to rebuild the organization within a time frame set by the CCT guidelines. Apart from the organizational work done by RILK, there were various programs that were conducted by the RILK which illustrated the political activism of the collective. Below are programs undertaken by the leadership. As part of the commemoration of the youth of 1976, the region hosted the 16 June National Youth Day rally, which was held at Makwarela Stadium, Tulamela sub-region. The rally was addressed by the Commander-in-Chief and the President, Julius Malema, which was highly appreciated by the people of Vembe, but Thohoyandou in the main. The RGA was convened at Indoor Sports Center on the 29th of January 2022. It was attended by the officials led by the President and the Commander-in-Chief. Out of 254 delegates expected, only 207 delegates coming from 117 wards of 127 wards through Vembe attended. The region managed to reach 1 million membership campaign target. This achievement, however, has not found expression across all branches. RELC managed to launch 127 branches, vibrant branches, which amount to 100% out of 127. As part of commemorating the first democratic election held in South Africa, the region held the Freedom Day rally on the 27th of April 2022 at Mosina Musodi Community Hall, and the convener of Provincial Interim Leadership Corps, Commissar Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, addressed the event. The convener of PILK, Commissar Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, conducted a political induction workshop for all wards coordinating teams across all clusters of the region to ensure that the constituencies and communities in the region have effective representation. The workshop took place from the 1st of May to the 2nd of May 2022. The region hosted the Economic Freedom Fighters Student Command Assembly on the 21st of May 2022 at Poch Villa Hotel and Conference Center, and that was very successful. The structure held a picket in Mosina municipality during the unrest of access to water and hazardous effect of sewage spillage to the healthy livelihood of the people of Mosina. On the 21st of May 2022, the Regional Interim Leadership Corps held a community meeting at Ward 3 Makato, which was addressed by the convener of Vembe, RELC, Commissar Beka Mushala. In accordance with the organization founding manifesto, the region held a picket at the public works offices in Makado, demanding that lawful employment processes be followed and march in solidarity with the community of Malamulele on the 27th of May 2022 to demand proper roads infrastructure. The primary role of mass organization and activism to raise the political consciousness of the people will remain the bedrock of our political practice. In keeping up with this commitment, the region held a picket against police brutality and to demand adequate water and sanitation on the 5th of May 2022 at Mosina municipality. The region engaged on cleaning campaign at Zwerani in Ward 26, where the clinic was riddled with overgrown shrubs, trees, and bushes. The region of Vembe engaged in numerous programs, in addition to conducting daily door-to-door activities as part of the membership recruitment drive. Hashtag EFF Red Friday as well, which further used as a mobilization program towards the June 16 rally, which was held at Makwarela Stadium, Thohoyandou. The EFF had initiated a program of engaging with different stakeholders in the region, in particular, traditional authorities and churches. This was part of the Youth Month mobilization program, which continued beyond the rally. The objective was to ensure that the EFF is known and accepted by all stakeholders in this region. Interestingly, the organization was well accepted by different chiefs and the headsmen and the churches. This relation should be nurtured going forward so that come elections time, it is simply to engage these stakeholders to support our cause to better the lives of our people in Vembe. This is another platform that should be used to roll back the VBS propaganda and tell the truth that it is the ANC of Ramaphosa who stole their money. The very same leaders were responsible, have been promoted to the position of MECs by the ANC, and others are arrested. None of the arrested people have any link with the EFF. As part of holding the corrupt ruling party accountable, the EFF in Vembe exposed the municipality of Thulamela for lack of collection of garbage. The region also raised issues of lack of water for Makuleka residents. The organization held a community meeting with the members of Ward 18 in Makato sub-region on the 9th of July 2022, where Chief Madua come from, is our member as well. On the 15th of July 2022, the EFF Collins Shabani held a picket to demand 24 hours police visibility and 24 hours operation at Vuwani Police Station. EFF Thulamela held a picket against dominant rape culture at Thohoyandou Police Station. The EFF Makado held a picket against poor service delivery and management at Chilawushugu Healthcare Center. And the EFF in Mosina picketed against poor management and poor service at Mosina Hospital. The region staged a picket at Chilizino Hospital on the 22nd of September 2022 to demand the provision of services such as attendance of patients by healthcare professionals with speed when they arrive at the hospital, provision of transport for patient referrals to other hospitals, and cleaning of the hospital. The memorandum was responded to, but the problems are still persisting, and the blame is shifted to the provincial government. On the 23rd of September 2022, the region led Ward3 in Thulamela March to Thohoyandou municipality at Mutale sub-offices to hand over memorandum in demand of services within the ward. The memorandum was not attended to. It will be the program of the new RCT to take it up. Members of the EFF in Ward 30 Thulamela met the station commander of Chiombo Satellite Police Station on the 26th of September 2022 to address the station commander on issues related to the increasing crime rate in the area and the poor services the community is receiving from the police when those matters are reported. On the 9th of October 2022, the region attended the funeral service of the late Mbashi Mandima, the former coordinator of Labor Desk in Vembe, who was brutalized and he later succumbed to injuries and died in hospital. Vembe caucus formed part of the delegation to conduct oversight hosted by Parliament to address issues of Nandoni residents on the 26th of October 2022. The issues were about 33 villages which were affected when construction started at Nandoni Dam. Villagers lost crop and fruit orchards, and 405 homesteads had to be relocated. Several villagers had never received compensation, appealed to the public protector. The delegation of the EFF stood by the people and raised the challenges faced by the people. The region also conducted an oversight visit in Ward 6 Thulamela, wherein RDP houses were collapsing because of poor workmanship. After the intervention of the EFF, the municipality came in and they are busy building new RDP houses for those families as we speak. Vembe region held its fourth RPA at Elias Nefale Eco Estate in Limpopo. The assembly took place on the 12th of November 2022. It was attended by 216 out of 250 delegates expected, coming from 125 branches launched throughout the region by that time. The table below constitute members of the newly elected Vembe RCT. 5.3 is Mopani region. Mopani region is formed by a collective of 5 sub-regions, namely Zanin, Bapalaborwa, Greater Letaba, Maruleng, Greater Gyan. As a region, Mopani has 129 IC wards, which are geographically positioned as per the municipal boundary demarcation, with 22,808 membership in good standing. The region went to its regional People's Assembly with 122 branches launched out of 129 IC wards. Below is the table reflecting the state of the region in terms of membership, the branches launched. The region had convened its 3rd Regional People's Assembly prior to the November 2021 national election. The RCT elected at this assembly was dissolved as part of the resolution of the CCT to attend to the poor performance in 2021 local government election. Below is the list of the members that constituted the RILK of Mopani. Page 22. The composition of RILK was 6, owing to 4 of the RILK members being elected to branch structures, namely Fighter Dolly Rabotata, Fighter Manda Montlani, Fighter Perfect, and Fighter Dintswale Baloi. All RILK members were active. The RILK convened 12 meetings through its existence, mainly to monitor progress on implementation of programs and taking forward the mandate at hand to rebuild the organization within a time frame set by the CCT guidelines. Apart from the organizational work done by the RILK, there were various programs that were conducted by the structure, which illustrated the political activism of the collective. Below are programs undertook by the leadership. The region hosted an RGA at Nkowankua Community Hall on the 30th January 2022. The Deputy President, Commissar Floyd Shibambu, and the National Chair, Commissar Veronica Mende, addressed the meeting. Out of 258 delegates expected in that RGA, only 240 delegates coming from 120 wards of 129 wards throughout Mopani attended. The region of Mopani engaged in numerous programs in addition to conducting daily door-to-door activities as part of public membership recruitment drive, #EFF Red Fridays. On the 28th of April 2022 and the 17th of June 2022, the region held its regional General Assembly at Tuvumbeni and Mokwakwaila Community Hall, respectively, which were addressed by the Deputy President, Commissar Floyd Shibambu. The meetings were convened in order to access the establishment of the interim structures and membership recruitment. The convener of PILK, Commissar Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, conducted induction workshop for all ward command teams across the 21 clusters of the region to ensure that the constituencies and communities in the region have effective representation. The workshop took place from the 19th of May to the 20th of May 2022. On the 4th of May 2022, the region launched its 1 million membership campaign, which was held at Linyenye Park, next to Linyenye Primary School in Ward 81. The event was well attended. Mopani region hosted the Deputy President in Kiani for Vladimir Lenin lecture on the 22nd of April 2022. The event was held at Kiani Community Hall. On the 17th of May 2022, the region held a picket at Mnemakhale Magistrate Court in support of a young child who was raped. The region have a march on the 20th of March 2022 to Mokwakwaila Police Station in Letaba, where an elderly woman was beheaded in her home. The march was well supported by members of the community and fighters from surrounding area. The region further held a march on the 8th of July 2022 to the Mopani District Municipality to hand over a memorandum of demands against the poor service delivery of water and sanitation. On the 18th of July 2022, the region held a picket at Nkowankua Police Station against the rise of drug abuse in Nkowankua and surrounding areas and handed over a memorandum of demands. A follow-up to these demands will need to be made by the newly elected regional leadership. On the 26th of August 2022, Mopani region marched to Palaburwa Mine Company against the injustices facing the mine workers and community members. A memorandum was handed over and a response received from the mine and the regional coordinator and the regional labor desk is still in the process of finalizing the truthfulness of the response from the mine. The region has held numerous soup kitchens at clinics and SASSA pay points on certain days. The region has had numerously massive recruitment, EFF Red Friday across all sub-regions, and the region continues to have EFF Red Friday and public membership recruitment. Mopani held its 4th Regional People's Assembly at Tuvumbeni. The assembly took place on the 19th of November 2022. It was attended by 220 delegates out of 244 delegates coming from 122 branches throughout the region. The newly elected Mopani Regional Command Team consists of 13 females and 8 males. The following is the newly elected leadership of Mopani. 5.4 is Sekhukhune region, Sekhukhune region is formed by a collective of 4 sub-regions, namely Fotakgo, Mutubatsi, Makudu Tamaga, Ephraim Mogale, and Elias Motsoaledi. As a region, Sekhukhune has 117 IC wards, which are geographically positioned as per the municipality boundary demarcation, with 28,422 memberships in good standing. The region went to its Regional People's Assembly with 116 branches launched out of 117 IEC wards. Below is a program reflecting the state of that region in terms of membership launch. The region successfully convened its 3rd Regional People's Assembly prior to the November 2021 local government election. The RCT elected as this assembly was dissolved as part of the resolution of the CCT to dissolve all structures in the province. Upon dissolution, the PILK established the RILK. Below is the list of the members that constituted the RILK of Sekhukhune. Sekhukhune region is a composition of 20 regional interim leadership corps, and all RILK members have been active and performed well in their deployments. The RILK convened 20 meetings through its existence, mainly to monitor progress on implementation of programs, in taking forward the mandate at hand to rebuild the organization within a time frame set by the CCT guideline. Apart from the organizational work done by RILK, there were various programs that were conducted by the structure, which illustrated the political activism of the collective. Below are programs undertook by the leadership. The region hosted an RGA, which was addressed by the Secretary General and the Deputy Secretary General on the 30th of January 2022 at Comprehensive School in Jane First. The region launched the 1 million membership and Red Friday campaign, which took place in Wat 30 Elias Motsoaledi sub-region on the 4th of March 2022. The region managed to launch 116 vibrant branches, which amounts to 99% out of 117. On Workers' Day, the 1st May 2022, the region marched to Mujikwa mine under Fotakgo Mutubatsi sub-region. The mine did not respond. On the 9th of May 2022, the region picketed to Jane First Hospital for proper quality care, healthcare services. On the 10th of June 2022, the region marched to all municipalities in the region in demand of service delivery. On the 14th of June 2022, the region picketed to Sekhukhune police station to demand for the arrest of the late Refilo Malope murderers. The murderers of the late Refilo Malope are now behind bars. On the 19th of June 2022, the EFF in the region of Sekhukhune initiated a program of fixing potholes across the region. The community members saluted the EFF for the work done. On the 24th of June 2022, the region picketed at Grovelstaal police station to support Kopano, who was pointed by firearm and got beaten by a racist white man. The perpetrator is still behind bars. On the 12th of August 2022, the region conducted a women's marches to some police stations across all 4 sub-regions in commemoration of the Women's Month, and also staging a fight against gender-based violence in the region. The marches were to the following police stations: Jane First Police Station, Elandskraal, Appel, and Sekhukhune Police Station. The march was attended by fearless women of the EFF from their respective branches across the region. Sekhukhune held its 4th RPA at Intame Primary School under Fotakgo Mutubatsi sub-region. The assembly took place on the 12th of November 2022. It was attended by 225 out of 232 delegates expected. The newly elected Sekhukhune Regional Command Team consists of 11 females and 10 males. 5.5, Waterberg. The organization in Waterberg is made of 5 sub-regions, namely Tabazimbi, Liphala le Mogalakwena, Mudimule Mkhopong, and Belabela. As a region, Waterberg comprises of 82 IC wards, which are geographically positioned at the municipal boundary with 17,443 membership in good standing. The interim structure managed to launch 75 branches out of 82 branches. Below is a table reflecting the state of region in terms of wards or branches launched. The region successfully convened its 4th Regional People's Assembly Prior to November 2021 local government election, the RCT elected at this assembly was dissolved as part of the resolution of the CCT to dissolve all structures in the province. Upon dissolution, the PILK established the RILK. Below is the list of the members that constituted the RILK of Waterberg. RILK has a composition of 12 members, and 11 RILK members were active and performed well in their deployments, and the other fighter could not be active due to ill health. It is worth noting that the following fighters formed part of the RILK at the formative stage. This structure convened 15 meetings through its existence, mainly to monitor programs on implementation of programs in taking forward the mandate at hand to rebuild the organization within a time frame set by the CCT guidelines. Apart from the organizational work by RILK, there were various programs that were conducted by the structure which illustrated the political activism of the collective. Below are programs undertook by the leadership. The region hosted the RGA, which was addressed by the President and the Treasurer General on the 30th of January 2022 at Hans van Rensburg Hall at Mopani. Out of 164 delegates expected, only 149 delegates coming from 80 wards of 82 wards throughout Waterberg attended. The region picketed at Sunrise Private School, attending to a labor dispute. The margin of payments between black and white employees was not the same. The region organized the What Command Team induction workshops, which were conducted by Commissar Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi across the region. Cleaning campaign at Belabela Ward 6 and installation of water pipes and taps by RILK and the fighters on the ground. The region participated in the voter registration at Ward 12 Mujimule as part of the organization's commitment to contest power through the electoral system. The Regional Interim Leadership Corps, together with GBV Desk, attended a murder case at Mokopong Police Station, court. The region and the PR Councillor Molevalo of Ward 23 fixed a leaking pipe, which leaked and was reported to the municipality for over 4 months. That is what we call Baba Sibulai detachment. RILK members Israel Munaise, together with some fighters, conducted an oversight at Belabela Clinic. The clinic is supposed to open 24 hours, yet it closed at 6 p.m. and community members are returned back home. A picket was done at Lipalle police station after a racist shot a female Lina, claiming he mistaken her for a monkey. The police delayed opening that case. The region has hosted the Provincial Karl Marx lecture at Mopani, which was addressed by the Deputy President, Commissar Floyd Shibambu. The region held a Siyabonga rally at Ward 3 Mogalakwena. This is the ward won by the EFF, and it was addressed by the President and the Commander-in-Chief, President Julius Silomalema. The region have marched to Lipalle police station to demand rapid response to GBV cases and the visibility of police around the area. The region has hosted Provincial Women's Day March to Tavazimbi police station, which was addressed by the Provincial Coordinator, Commissar Rebecca Mhlala. A women dialogue was held in Mudimule Mokopong to engage and encourage women to break the silence against GBV in the name of love. A candlelight program at the grave of the late Gidiboni Kwadi in Belabela was conducted, and later that evening, roundtable discussion was held with women to break the silence against GBV. RILK and the community of Mapela community marched to Mogalakwena Anglo-Platinum Mine to demand, amongst others, access to their ancestral land and equal treatment of community members. RILK, led by the provincial convener, visited the tribal authority in Mapela, led by Hoshi Langa. Waterberg held its 4th Regional People's Assembly at Jakpan Lodge, Mopani. The assembly took place on the 26th of November 2022. It was attended by 128 delegates out of 150 delegates expected. The newly elected Waterberg Regional Command Team consists of 11 females and 10 males. Membership. The organization launched 1 million membership campaign and has managed to reach this target. The province, as mentioned above, was the first province to reach its provincial target. All regions met their target as well. However, to reach these targets does not mean the organization should stop with the recruitment activities. Recruitment is ongoing. Giani, Zanini, and Tulamela must self-correct in order not to derail the mission of the organization. Fighters, membership is the heart of the organization existence. For this reason, Section 4 of our Constitution outlines the importance and relevance of membership. The section spells out the eligibility criteria for being a member of the EFF, set out the values and principles which must guide a fighter, provides the declaration for joining as a member, and also outlines prohibited behaviors. Fighters, it will be important for us to really read and understand this section of the Constitution, including the membership declaration, and we all sign because some of the challenges that are happening on the ground cause many to question if it is truly a member of the EFF that is conducting himself or herself in that manner. A manner which is clearly outside the confines and scope of the EFF principles. Previously, the organization did not have a fully fledged and watertight membership system. Mostly membership was captured manually, and this presented a number of shortcomings in our membership database. For example, it was difficult to verify when a person's membership have lapsed and was therefore due and was also due for renewal. There were delays in printing membership cards, and there were also membership duplication. This had a little impact on the assessment of membership recruitment drive as it relates to the provincial contribution to the 1 million campaign target. Nonetheless, the province was able to assess the dynamics of membership on various aspects, including its growth patterns. This assisted the organization to be able to develop programs that will respond to these dynamics and develop necessary intervention where the organization shows element of weakness, especially on the recruitment drive and programs. This office also had the responsibility to ensure that members who have paid their subscription fees to the EFF get their membership cards within reasonable time. Fighters, let's distribute the membership cards to the members. In 2022, the organization in the province had, when we started, had 72,028, and now the membership is 824,480 membership in good standing. This represents an increase of 157% when compared to when we started with the campaign of membership recruitment. Fighters, quantitatively, we've grown and we continue to grow. Remember, as Marxists, Leninists, and Fanonians, we need to balance between the two, quantity and quality. The table below outlines the current membership of the province per region. From the table above, Capricorn has the highest membership, while Waterberg region has the lowest membership. While the comparison may have its limitation because regions are not the same in size, geographically, and nor do they have the same number of residents. The comparison does not remind us that there's still a room for growth, and there's still a need for work to do on membership recruitment, especially in Mopani as the biggest region in the province. It is important for Mopani and Vembe to be aggressive on recruitment drive because this is where the ruling party get most of their voters in the rural areas. The year 2022, the year of the branch, lends much to this imperative and calls on all of us to continue rallying society under the banner of the EFF. All branches gathered here, represented by the respective delegates, are the rightful owners of this organization, and it is therefore incumbent on all of us to ensure that the membership figures presented here, while representing a spike in membership, continue to grow beyond this Provincial People's Assembly. We need to ensure that all membership will be in the offices of the EFF, not anywhere else. Recruitment programs should be done with acknowledgement of structures on the ground. Ensure that all membership submission go through branch secretaries, because this is how it should be. Let's be members of the EFF and be guided by its principles. The remaining 14 wards must be launched before we could enter 2023. We must be complete as we are transcending to 2023. Elections. The EFF founding manifesto states that the economic freedom fighters will contest political power because we are guided by the firm belief that we need political power in order to capture the state and then transform the economy for the emancipation of Black South African, especially African, and the working class in general. The forms in which the EFF contests political power will from time to time be reviewed in the plight of prevailing material conditions. But the primary role of mass organization and activism as a means to raise the political consciousness of the people will remain the bedrock of the EFF political practice. Therefore, it is for this reason that the organization in its character will always contest all elections as a form of contesting political power. During the period under review, the organization contested both 2019 national and provincial election in 2021 and local government or municipal election and by-election. This section of the report is meant to give reflex by giving a brief synopsis of the results of both electoral events, which led to why we are presenting this report as a commissar who is a provincial coordinator. We further reflect on the party liaising structures at the level of the province and municipal level coordinated by the IEC. Fighter Lawrence Mapolo was appointed to coordinate the election work at the level of the province by PILK. The IEC Provincial Liaising Office. This is the structure where all political parties meet to coordinate the work of the elections with the IEC and other stakeholders, mainly from government, Home Affairs, Police, SALCA, and the Department of COXA. The essence of this forum is to ensure that all political parties contesting election in the country contribute in the running of free and fair elections. This further assess the political climate in the province and how does individual organization in the forum contribute in dealing with such challenges, especially when the IEC used as another organization to raise frustration of poor service delivery in the province, and many more, including demarcation conflict. But also how members of this forum contribute in shaping the laws that govern the running of the IEC. The EFF, as a participant, is represented by two deployees, that is Fighter Lawrence Mapolo and Fighter George Rapela, who has been a former provincial secretary. These two fighters continue to represent the interests of the EFF and contribute progressively so. It is this forum, there are reports where the organization was alerted about the participation of MPLOs, which is now improving. RCT needs to monitor tightly the participation of our deployees to this forum at the municipal level, because this is where many things passes without being attended to, like issues of demarcation, which the organization would find itself reacting after the process have passed. MPLOs. The EFF participate in this forum, which is the same as the Provincial Party Liaising Forum. Municipal Party Liaison Forum, it explains itself because it is this forum that deals with the work of election at the municipal level. Political parties are expected to participate, forwarding 2 representatives to be part. Hence, the organization had to deploy 2 members per municipality. These are the people who are expected to protect the interests of the EFF at this level, and more importantly, the votes during any programs of the elections. It is this forum, if you are not vigilant, votes can be easily stolen, especially during counting. Transportation of ballots from the voting station to the municipality voting station. And lastly, capturing of stats from result slip into computer to update the central results center during national and local elections period. Fighters, it is important to participate in this forum and send fighters who are very vigilant and willing to learn IEC operations and technicalities. We must send fighters who are available to attend the meetings of this forum and report back to the organization. Local government elections 2021. In the 2021 local government elections, the EFF in the province received 154,001 votes, nationally 209, 488 provincially. The EFF declined and lost votes in the province as compared to 2016 performance. The reality is that the organization decreased by 55,487 voter support and lost 26 PR seats. That says that there are fighters who have lost income, and the organization lost party levy of 26 councillors, which we all know that the EFF rely on these funds for survival. It was only one region which increased marginally in 2021 local government elections, as shown in the table below, which is Sekhukhune, increasing from 19.51% to 20.75%. A region which performed worse by far is Vembe, which declined from 9.41% to 6.96%, followed by Capricorn, Waterberg, and Mopani. A detailed election report per municipality below, as well as to see how municipalities decline. Due to this performance in 2021 local government election, the CCT had to come in and decided to remedy the situation by dissolving all structures in order to rebuild a new organization. A CCT team was constituted and sent to perform the task, led by Commissar Mboiseni Ndlozi as the convener and Commissar Rebecca Muhlala as the coordinator. Yes, we also acknowledge positive outcomes from the 2021 local government performance. The province managed to move from 3 wards that we won in 2016 to 8 wards in 2021 local government elections. The organization contests all wards in the province. The organization received votes in all wards and did not receive votes in 29 voting stations, a decrease from 39 in 2016. The organization decreased its seats from 209 in 2016 to 184 in 2021 local government election, of which 160 are proportional representation seats and 16 are district council seats. The organization won 8 ward seats. Polokwane ward 10, 13, 26, 37. Elias Motsoaledi ward 8, 21 and 30. And Mogalakwena ward 3. And lost 2 wards in Tabazimbi ward 3 and 6. The EFF as an organization has resolved to contest election that included the by-elections that will come up during the period under review. The organization managed to win ward in the previous period of 2016 LGE, Ward 10 Polokwane. The ward was retained again in 2021 local government election. The organization participated in 2 by-elections in Waterberg region. This was due to the resignation of the 2 DA councillors. In both by-election, the organization lost to DA and VF. Currently, there are 2 by-elections, as well as, there are 2 by-elections in Capricorn, Ward 10, Polokwane, and Ward 17, Blowback. Councillor Doris Porto unfortunately succumbed to a short illness, hence there is a by-election in Ward 10, which is under the leadership of the EFF. Preparations are underway and branches have elected candidates to contest. Fighters, let's go and win these wards, especially Ward 10, which was the ward of the EFF. And let's go and also win Ward 17. Let's go and do the right thing, fighters in Capricorn. Governance. Governance refers to the organization's representation, involvement, and participation in the Provincial Legislature, District Council, and Municipality Council. Governance is overseen by the Governance Task Unit under the leadership of the Provincial Coordinator and Convener and Regional Conveners, working together with party leaders in municipalities and whips, who deals with coordination or administration of the GTU activities. The Provincial Governance Task Unit meet on consistent basis to discuss governance priorities, records its meetings, including resolution, and monitor the work of councillors and NPLs, as agreed to in the various GTU meetings. National, province, and regions. In the main, public representatives are expected to do oversight, convene community meetings to deal with service delivery in their area of deployment and where they come from, participate in their government deployment responsibilities in the interest of our people, raise issues affecting service delivery in council and the legislatures, write media statement on their work, and compile reports for their caucuses. Of the 184 councillors, the province has 8 ward councillors. The municipal councillors submitted a total of 100 motions, 76 media statements, and 78 questions during the period under review. There are 2 hung municipalities in the province which are in Waterberg region, Tabazimbi and Mujimule Mopani municipality. It is the same municipalities that were hanged from the previous 2016 local government election. What is concerning with these 2 municipalities is that the EFF decreased its bargaining muscles in both municipalities. More work needs to be done, fighters, because we can't allow to lose power. Each councillor has adopted a school, clinic, and other institution to service and assist such institutions when they have challenges. This detachment is also expected to conduct oversight, convene community meetings on service delivery issues, write media statements, and compile weekly reports for assessment of their work. They are expected to participate in their council's forum and their portfolio committee assigned to by their caucus. The Governance Task Unit conducted the public representative capacity workshop on the 2nd of June 2022 in Polokwane. The invitation was also extended to ward committees. The councillors were workshopped on the code of conduct of the EFF public representative and caucuses, as well as Municipal Finance Management Act. In addition, the councillors wrote assessment following the marks and learning lectures done by the Deputy President. The strength and weakness of GTU in regions. The strength, majority of councillors are active during committees and council sitting in terms of making inputs. Councillors follow up on IDP commitments to make sure that they are realized. Councillors write letters, motions, as well as media statements. Councillors play activist role, especially when it comes to exposing corruption, the weaknesses that we found. Some councillors are not able to engage with documents for community meetings. Some councillors do not have enough confidence to debate issues in council sitting or even productively participate in community meetings. Some councillors struggle with their studies whenever opportunities arise in the municipalities for them to study. Some councillors do not even wear party regalias when attending both council and portfolio committee meetings. Very few councillors were submitted to hold the executive accountable. Some councillors tend not to listen and follow the party position in council. Provincial Legislature. The EFF in Limpopo is the official opposition in the legislature with 7 seats from the 2019 national elections as compared to 2014 national elections, which came with 6 seats. There are the names of members of the legislature. In summary, these members have submitted a total of 47 motions in the legislature, wrote 130 media statements, and raised 74 questions to the executive in the legislature. As noted above, there are now 6 in the legislature due to the resignation of fighter Josie Butani. The former chairperson. The table below outlines the number of motion, media, and questions presented in the Limpopo legislature. And the table below provides information on the composition of the legislature staff members. Number 9 is labor desk. The organization established labor desk in order to assist workers with their challenges they face in the workplace. This was because the current unions that workers are affiliated to do not necessarily protect them. Hence, workers continue to suffer the oppression by their employers. PILK appointed 2 fighters to coordinate the work of this desk at the provincial level. After being established, the structures commence with its work throughout the province, assist workers from various sectors as summarized in the table below. They were also tasked to facilitate the appointment of regional conveners with the guidance of RILs as captured in the table below. Members of the labor desk in the province, the table is below, and these are the cases that they done for the period under review. And table 26, it shows the table, this is the table that outlines challenges regarding labor issues. Number 10, gender-based violence help desk. The gender-based violence incidence remains a worrisome factor in Limpopo. Cases of GBV get reported on daily basis. Hence, something drastic must be done urgently. If this situation is allowed to continue, it will become a norm where criminals feel that they can just do anything as when they feel like. The ANC government is doing nothing, is not doing enough to nip this problem in the bud. Work done by the GBV in this province. The GBV victims were given moral support and assisted in opening cases with police. Visit families that have experienced or lost family member to GBV to offer assistance if a case was not opened or if they do not know how far the case is. To insist on various stakeholders to account if victims are undermined or not helped. Escalate issues if various stakeholders, such as SAPS or prosecutor's office, do not help victims to the satisfaction. Follow up with various stakeholders of GBV cases. Accompany victims or family members to court during proceedings. The table below outlines the provincial structure of the GBV. The table below outlines the name of the regional coordinators. The table below indicates total cases of GBV incidents reported in Limpopo for the period under review, outlined as follows. So what challenges did we experience under GBV? The criminal justice system in South Africa is failing the victims of crime. Bails are being granted in favor of perpetrators. More awareness is needed on issues of LGBTQI+ community in our communities. We must continue to educate our people on matters of hate crimes especially against the LGBTQI plus community. Women, especially young women, are afraid of opening rape cases because SAPS officials will ask them why they put themselves in questionable positions. Rape victims are also afraid to open cases because rape suspects are given bail more often. DNA tests take forever. This prolongs rape cases unnecessarily. Not much is done about most cases because SAPS officials are not doing their investigations accurately. Steps like tracking cell phone GPS is just getting difficult for them. Inadequate support from the branches during the picket. Number 11, the EFF Student Command. Capricorn region has a total of 8 institutions of higher learning, and the EFF Student Command is leading 4 of them. Below are the details of the role of the organization played in support of the institution in this region. The province and the region supported University of Limpopo with logistics during their election campaign on the 11th August 2022. The EFF Student Command President and EFF Limpopo convener, Commissar Dr. Interlude, addressed pre-election rally, which resulted in EFF Student Command winning with overwhelming victory in the election. The results were as follows. EFF won 13 seats out of 17, SASCO 3 seats, and SUKA 1. On the 7th of September 2022, the EFF Student Command in Polokwane campus had SRC election. It is worth mentioning that with minimal support from RILK and EFF Student Command in 2, it managed to win the elections. The results were as follows. EFF Student Command 3 seats, SASCO 2, ANC Youth League 2, and lastly SCO got 1 seat. The RILK supported the student with logistics during SRC election that were held on the 11th of October 2022 at Waterberg College, Home. The SRC result were as follows. EFF Student Command 3, DOP 1, SASCO 6. The challenge was that the EFF Student Command only contested with 7 candidates out of 10 candidates. However, they managed to secure Deputy Chairperson, Secretary, and Environment seats. Capricorn convener, Commissar Dr. Mbuisen, addressed the Capricorn TVET Ramokgopa campus during election manifesto launch on the 14th of October 2022. He emphasized on students to sign mother body membership and align their challenges with those of the community. More importantly, he reiterated on free education for all. The SRC election outcome was as follows. EFF Student Command 3 seats, SASCO 3, and DASO 1. The EFF Student Command managed to secure Deputy Chairperson, Treasurer, and Disability Officer position. The RILK members and a ward councillor in Ward 37 supported the EFF Student Command at Capricorn Seshego campus during election campaign, and on the day of election, they provided all necessary logistics to ensure that the Student Command wins SRC elections. The result were as follows. EFF Student Command 3, SASCO 2, and ANC Youth League 2. Region should also focus and give more attention on Capricorn TVET College, Senwaba Rana campus, Ramokgopa campus, and Waterberg College, the Waterberg institution where the EFF, and Waterberg, the Waterberg institution where the EFF Student Command did not win. There are 7 institutions of higher learning in Vembe region, and the EFF Student Command is only leading in the University of Vembe, and TVET colleges where we are official opposition. The provincial convener, Commissar Mbuisen, addressed the rally at University of Venda this year towards a decisive victory of that institution. The EFF Student Command proved its strength, relevance, and dominance by retaining power with an outright majority after obtaining 5,226 votes, which gave the EFF Student Command 8 seats. The table below provides the details of the institution of higher learning in the region of Vembe and the status of governance in the SRC. All campuses of Vembe TVET colleges should be targeted to revive the activism of the Student Command, and that will translate into the growth of the EFF membership. The student must intensify their voter Umuntu Omucha campaign, which seeks to mobilize the student community to rally behind the EFF towards attaining socialist power in 2024. Students must be encouraged to register to vote. The table below provides the detail of institution of higher learning in the Mopani region and the status of governance in the SRC. Institution of higher learning in the Mopani region do not contest election under the organization, but as independent candidate. This must be addressed and institution to be assisted in building strong branches and reliable branches. All Mopani TVET colleges should be targeted to fight against the rules that don't allow political parties at the campus. This will assist in bringing activism amongst the youth of Mopani. The EFF Student Command must be assisted at the following campuses. The campuses are below. EFF Sekhukhune region has a total of 4 institutions of higher learning, and the EFF Student Command is leading 4 of them. EFF Student Command, the EFF Sekhukhune is leading only 4 institutions of higher learning. The EFF Student Command lost the CS Balo during SRC election. The RCT must do a fact-finding mission as to why the SRC election at CS Balo were lost, since this is where the EFF Student Command was in charge. The region should also focus on all the Sekhukhune TVETs and assist them during programs and SRC elections. Obituaries. As we move forward, concluding the report, we will not be doing justice to those that have been with us in this struggle for economic freedom, those that decided to join the struggle to attain this generational mission, and the contribution in the life of this organization during this period under review. The EFF lost dedicated fighters, amongst them leaders in organizational structures and the EFF public representative. As we dip our flag, we remember the following fighters. Fighter Ramukoni Doris Porto was an EFF Ward Councillor of Ward 10, Polokwane Municipality. Fighter Nkucheng Munchani of Lepele Nkumpi, Ward 15. Fighter Mbashman Dima, the former coordinator of EFF Labour Desk in Vembe. Fighter Gift Malupe from Makudi Tamara in Sekhukhune region. In conclusion, as we gather under the theme year of the branch, we are reminded of the importance of the branch as the basic and the fundamental unit of the organization. This team encourages activism, and perhaps this explains why Limpopo is leading with branches that have reached their 1 million membership recruitment target. The number of branches that have been launched with short period of time, with that included political induction workshop through the province and mass-based protest on the ground, service delivery issues. We also wish to thank all delegates present and absent for their discipline and hard work leading up to this assembly. Through your dedication and order, we have been able to coordinate and convene this assembly in an orderly manner. And we trust that we will keep the momentum on that note throughout the conference. We thank to those fighters who participated in the organizational rebuilding program from the ground, the ward command team members, the regional interim leadership course members, volunteers in regional offices, and commissars in PILK who are coming from different provinces. Indeed, there are no boundaries in the EFF. Indeed, we are commanded in the EFF. Indeed, we are soldiers that have taken an oath and ready to serve in any deployment in the EFF with humility and selflessness. Some of you have forgone your personal ambition and availed yourself to the revolutions by taking away from family time and taken away from your families. We thank all EFF public representatives in the province for their work in the organization, especially for this special program in the legislature and council. Your robust engagement, oversight, and altogether holding the state accountable on matters such as fraud, corruption, and service delivery is part of the reason why the EFF in the province has been on the map, on the faces of the people of Limpopo consistently. Fighters, as branch delegates gathered here, you are the rightful owners of the EFF. We hope that we consolidate the ground towards socialist power. You will continue educating agitating, galvanizing, and rallying society behind the banner of the EFF. In all we do in this assembly, may the EFF be the win and even beyond. Victory is certain in 2024. Socialism is the future. Amandla, awethu, Amandla, viva Limpopo, viva. Ayirule Limpopo, ayirule. Ayirule Limpopo, ayirule. Ayirule Sekhukhune, asirule. Asirule Sekhukhune, asirule. Asirule Vembe, ayirule. Ayirule Vembe, ayirule. Ayirule Capricorn, ayirule. Ayirule Waterberg, ayirule. Ayirule Mopani, ayirule. Amandla, awethu. Amandla, awethu.
Awuye impi yamasoja, impi yamagerela, ubane. Awuye impi yamasoja, just impi yamagerela, ubane. Ihlasele awuyakha liakha esishiro ubane anginizwa fighters awuyakha liratata esishiro ubane just ihlasele awuye impi yamasoja impi yamagerela ubane just awuye impi yamasoja impi yamagerela ubane awuyakha liratata just esishiro ubane ihlasele awuyakha liakha esishiro awumama ubane ihlasele awuyimpi yamafighter just impi yamagerela anginizwa bo ubana ngayihlomi ihlasele awuyimpi yamafighter just eyamagerela ayihlomi ihlasele awuye impi yabafazi aus impi yamagerela awuthina sahlomi ihlasele ihlasele manta. Thank you very much, comrades. Without any further waste of time, I want, according to the rules, you have 2 minutes to make a contribution. You speak for more than 2 minutes, I intercept, interject, and dismiss you. Agreed? Those are conference rules. It's very important when you attend conferences to have a book and a pen, so that you write down, you take notes. You are leaders. Skela inkela fati. Utunota ala kela matoga muga conferencing gamu. How ngidi notes. That's why when you make a contribution, unga sebaka o betha point ya hao, a wa e ngola fase. So we're going to take a discussion of the organizational report. My advice is write down your input. Point 1, point 2, point 3. Get 2 minutes. Tshwana le dipati tsa kwa parlamenteng tse tholang less than 2%. They speak for less than 1 minute in parliament there. We are going to take hands. I think DP 20 hands will suffice. 10 women and 10 men, or 12 women and 8 men, or 15 women and 5 men, or 20 women. What I won't accept is less than 10 women. Hands. Matso. A woman doesn't pick a hand, there's no hands that are going to be chosen. What's that, sissy? Ngifuna abasadi. Yes, mama. Yes, mama. Basadi. Where are the daughters of Mama Winnie Mandela? Uza. Yes. Omongoga. Oh, yes. So you line up, you stand on the line. Please, if I've chosen you, come to the line. Akilbone Basadi. Yes. How many now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basadi. Letlobolela mo EFF. Yes. How are you now? We're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I keep counting 6 when I've. Yes, come, mama. Yes, come, sis. Oza. So it's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. So I can basadi ulumun nangebo sa pamisil to wagere. Kapo pasha lidile operation pasha. Kaur ke basadi u pamistel to. Oza. Omusadi to. Evan. Omusadi my man. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Number 1, we'll take the hands, mix them, I think so. Okay, my daughter score, Pasha. Yes, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. Tenang lining, I choose you, come to the line. You're not on the line, you won't speak. Then Kinyagalidie zebra approach. Man, woman, man, woman, man, woman. Yes. Kwa, yo. Yeah, I think we're fine. Mama, number 1. Shh. Tobela.
Waime Moki Gloria Wakakupai from Polokwane, Ward 22. Na kebe Kenya Konofa input, more organizational report, more page 47, the second paragraph. As we know that, yes, EFF is holding the state accountable on matters such as fraud, corruption, and service delivery. Kebe ke khopela le the incoming PCT, le bona taba ya fraud, taba ya corruption, ka mo gare, le mo di branch, le mo di regioning, ba e tlhokomele kudu. Ka lebaka la gore, ge ke lebeletše e bolaile batho ba bantši memoya. Ke ntho e le gore ke no le kgopela as the incoming PCT, ge re tlišitše mangwalo go lena, re tlišitše dillo tša lena, ge re boya le ska re botša re are still on it, mo e le gore o tliša lengwalo la tša 3 months le se ne reply. Ke a leboga.
Tobela. Oscar, number 2.
Thank you very much, Commissar. I'll just make 3 deposits. The first one is on page 40 on labor desk. Under the period review, Commissar, the outstanding cases are too many and we're a protest movement. So this assembly, through commissions, were requesting that they must sit and assist the incoming leadership on how they resolve these cases and report back to the community. And then the second one is on the student command. We're also requesting the assembly that the TVET are not getting support like the universities are getting support. And the universities are having SRC budget and TVET, they don't have budget. So we're saying this assembly should, through commissions, resolve on how this incoming leadership is going to assist the student command. Commissar, on the comparison of election table on page 36, if you can clarify me, I don't see the municipalities of Vembe district. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, see?
My name is Mashuma Sensha from Maruleng Ward 10 under Mopani. So, Mr. DP and Dr. Mdlozi, if you remember correctly, in our working meetings, even in the report, it's shown that Guyane is not doing very well in terms of membership. So we request corporate social responsibility from you guys so that we can revive Guyane. And then number 2, we had marches in Mopani. We submitted memorandums. Go PMC, we went to Guyane as well, but nothing has been done. So, Rohopela a plan of action on that one. And then, lastly, under Operation Tsoselezo, we had our councillors deployed using their own money. So, we need them, we need you guys, the money that they were spending. If in Maruleng in Ward 6, we don't have membership. If you, the councillors and the PR councillors, Mopani, can consolidate, but okay, let's contribute this much area with the borehole in Ward 6. That is the kind of radical transformation that our communities need. So we need such activities in our communities. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Ke Rabi Mashavela, Ward 28, Lepelle Ngumbi, Capricorn. Yama tomo ke nyakang obola ka yona ke capacity. Commissar o bontse gore there is a concern ka taba capacity with our councillors. Especially when it comes to debates and all those in councils. My contribution is let us prioritize political education. Let's make sure that our councillors participate meaningfully in those discussions. The second one, Commissar, is relating to rape and murder cases that are reported in the organizational report. I haven't seen much of follow-ups in those cases. I would urge that there be vigorous follow-ups on those cases to make sure that those responsible, the SAPS, the National Director of Public Prosecution, are held to account. If a need arises, we must, as the EFF, make sure that we take them on legally to make sure that they prosecute those cases. And there's no evidence. They must be able to communicate. We have a right, as the EFF, especially in councils and legislature, to make follow-ups on those cases, and the SAPS should, by law, provide that information. Thank you very much.
My name is Flora Madike from Mopani, Maruleng under Ward 14. My input is on MPLOs. On this issue, I want to say to the newly elected RCT, gore re gopela gore lena thato go kgetwa ene go lena di top 5 boga di MPLO ke gona le re bolaya go because go kgetja gore go ne le di MPLO tse di be go di le gona ge le fitla kwa kana kwa especially kana kwa di elections you just change the names la bia maina maswa mo e neng gore batho bale o kgwetša ba sa tsebe gore kwa ba swantse gore ba direng ge o founa o kgwetša gore a ba gona ge go countiwa di-vote ka mola bona ba dutše so re kgopela re la se ka change la šomiša any relationship mo page 46 under obituaries I don't see the name of our members PCT fighter Marvin Luella, the late Marvin Luella and Betty Mayeneja. I think they must also be added on the obituaries. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thanks very much. I am Chief Madua from Ward 18, Makado cluster. Okay, first of all, I'd like to say that the colonizers have distorted us, calling us Indunas. There is no Induna except in the mine. Senior traditional leader, queen or queen, Bamsanda, Kosi Kuru. Thanks very much. If I won't say this, Mapaulo will be angry with me. Mapaulo drove from Pulukwani to Hunter Barara to pay a courtesy visit to Tobera, Kosi Vorama Burana VC. It was well attended. Ward 19, Ward 18, and Ward 20 were there. After consultation with the senior traditional leaders, Mapaulo and Commissary Rebecca addressed the fighters. It was really good. The following weekend, myself and Managa, we visited the traditional leader, Ward 5, Masete. It was really good. Myself, I was visited on the 9th of July, and I was baptized. That is why I'm the chairperson of Ward 18 and the additional member of the RCT. I was a former chairperson of Contralesa Makado. Then Commissar Rebecca and Mapaulo showed us that the ship is sinking and Contralesa is affiliated to the ANC. Then I jumped the ship together with my community. And I won't stop. I will visit Bungeni, Chavani, Magau, Madombija. I just halted because I was deployed to certain wards so that we can reach 1 million. I'm going forward. Viva Amandla!
Away to Honorable Sisi.
Tobela, libitso la ka ke Mmanoko Semenya, ke tswa Ward 13 ko Modimo le mo Khopong. Mine is just congratulations. Commissar, I just want to say congratulations to the report and the hard working that we have done, the effort that we have put to Limpopo, and we appreciate that, and your effort won't go unrecognized. On the report, page number 18, I just want to say we must do the follow-up for the March of 18 March in Tulamela, in Toyando. We must do the follow-up according to the report. There was no report, there was no results. And page 33, is the 14 wards to be launched before 2023. It's up to us, the ground forces, to make sure that now the ground is fertile. Let us go, and the newly elected leadership, let us go and do and launch the 14 wards. And on page 35, to congratulate Sekhukhune for increasing from 19.51 to 20.70. It shows a great growth, and it shows that our 1 million is going somewhere and we are growing. And on page 36, it said 29 voting station back to the 29 voting station that was not recorded on IEC. So let us go back to the drawing board, as all of us as the delegates. It's for our duty to go back and do this so that it can be. It's re lokishe what di sa tsenang tse ka polelo ya gešo. Page 37. I want to talk about Tabazimbi and Mudimule, the hang municipalities. I come from Mudimule Mokopong. Now the commissars has done the great job. It's ours as the foot soldiers to go and to make sure that the service delivery is well granted, and so that we can claim the municipalities back. We can claim what is rightfully ours. Commissar, before I...
2 minutes.
2 minutes left, thank you very much. And then,
the 2 minutes is finished. Thank
Thank
you. Next
you.
one.
Fighters, Kina Peter Tluana, Peter Masinamela Tluana, from Ward 19, Polokwane sub-region. Fighters, real power is economic. All the programs that you have, that were successfully implemented, money was spent by those who wanted the program to be successful. So I am submitting today without any fear to say, fighters, all fighters that are working, let us utilize whatever we are having in making sure that we finance the programs of the EFF. Amanda!
Thank you.
Sobela,
Yes.
my name is Puti Jojo from Mahalakwena, Ward 2. Point number 1, Titlo Boemo, Pulela Katabayela ya membership. A membership, we are the one who recruited the people about the membership. So, where is the membership card? I was convener in Ward 2. So, I membership card, membership form Zabona. So they think maybe why the membership is abona this they think maybe the church abona. So how far are you guys get the membership card abona? Number 2, kita baya Mahalakwena municipality Maspala Waborena. Really issues ya Bohokapuka. I'm talking about library. Library akoborna ihirabat from Mahalakwena. Deposited from Mahalakwena. Mara batho ba gona ha ba tsebe mmereko. Ho ke bolela jwale library na ya eme ka moshomo. The computer di gona, everything is there. Ha ra tsebe na go diragala eng. Ba re mmereko bona ga ba o tsebe ka moka. Re gopela thuso ka mo masipaleng gore ba hira batho ba go ba le experience in educated. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next.
Nankensa, Caroline Shisinga from Mopani district, under Zanin sub-region Ward 6. Nikombela kusunguna hi page 45, le one ya structure ta le TVET. Anta ku aka vurhangeri lebyi hi nga ta byi chuza. Hi ku tsakela ka mehe kumbe na hi xivono lexi ni nga na xona. Hi tsandzeka ku fikelela because hi fika hi hlawula vanhu lavakulu lava nga tiveki nchumu kumbexana vupani ta kwini va nga ri na vuenti ngopfu a ti-TVET. A ni ta ku loko a swo tsakisa a hi ta va hi hlangana na vantshwa. Lexi hi dlayaku i ku sweswiwani loko mina ni ri muntshwa ni ku ni lava ku ta ni ta va kona aka miri yo u dya xikolong yo ha ri munyaki kama ene muthu a twangi xikolong di-vote hi tikuma a xikolweni. So hi kombela ku please mi hi lungisela ngopfu kwalani. Commissar Ndlozi, mizemita anwa mitwa cluster mtabula na tinduna ta le nwa mitwa cluster. Even now ba hi vutisa ku mile kwini because loko hi langutini na vona tinduna they want to support us but abakumi kuna leswi va lava ku mi byela swona as EFF but a mi tlheli mbuya back mita ba nika feedback so ba ku kahle ku ndleka so anta kombela ku le papala ba nga hi vula ya ti-controllers or whatever ba koho tindhuna tin'wana i ti-EFF a va foli under ti-atlesa na ti-controllers but va lava ku joyina EFF a ni ku kumbexani ku ta na strategy xin'wana xa ku hi kota ku pfuna tindhuna leti because va hi pfuna loko hi lava some of the community meetings hi ba tinsimbi then va kota ku va hi pfuna then number yo hetelela hi leyiwani ya report leyiwa ya page 41 ya ti-cases leti hi nga na tona a Mopani. Please, hi kombela ku mi hi pfuna ku vurhangeri lebyi hi nga ta byi chuza. Vurhangeri lebyi hi nga ta byi chuza. Ti-case letiwani tin'wanyani va rhanga va languta ku lana dya, lana a ni dyi. Hi fambini ku yiwa a timachini tin'wani ku na machi lowu nga koho a PMC. Moni mi byela evile ni nga tipfinyini.
5 seconds.
Okay. Kuna follow up leyi nga ya le PMC. Va tlhe va vuya back va ku vanhu va n'wi va EFF va tini la. Loko va ta ku na leswi va va nyikaka swona. Midlela organization aku yi vanhu va ntisi inkomu
Nakets. Oh. Yes, Chief.
Nna ke nna Edward Pasha ke tswa feta go Motubatse ka Sekhukhune ka faso ka ward 19 ka fase ga Khoshi Hunadi riba le Tahu ba jere le tamisheng leadership ya EFF le ntate Mapo point ya ke mathomo ko gore leadership ka kwa Sekhukhune re na le di mine tšeo e le gore ga di latele license e le gore e ba kaeta gore ba mine e le go social labor plan eo e le gore ba re di commitment le di tšhaba ba mine without the commitment judge so re ba bitša gore ke illegal mining re bolela ka Samanco Implants Anglo Platinum go ba le di Sekhukhune small scale miners eo e bitšwa gore ke illegal miners. I'm the chairperson of those structure ba applied go applyela gore ba mine ba ba gana ka di mining rights re swere di rejection. That's why we decided go namela dithaba tšela go mine illegal go swana le Anglo Platinum mine Implants. Re gopela gore le intervene ka di 12 ja October re biditše baemedi ba parlamente e le go PC of Minerals Resources Police and Commissioner Bekicele re tsamaile re ile kwa go mainiwa go ba roke illegal mining ra kopana le ditšhaba batho ba illegal mining ba berekisana le ditšhaba tše ba mainang go tšona e ba paletše ke boe ke re leadership re gopela gore January re ya dikolo di o bula re gopela gore RCT le leadership ya CCT ba thushe go ka intervene ka kwa Sekhukhune mo la go Dr. Sian Patuni Tifet College Appel and CS Palo ba re thushe go ka ba mola go ka thusha bana go ka registera mahala.
Ke a leboga komisana nna ke nna go thatso ga mogwane ke tswa bating e one le Edward Pasha. I'm going to speak on 3 issues. Number 1, it's the issue on page 34 of MPLOs in our municipalities, the PLC members. There is an issue where I feel as an organization we're not really taking it serious. The issue of the PLC members, we only activate them when it's time for elections. And half the time when we do it, for instance, I'm the former regional secretary. You find that I'm a PLC member. Now there's new leadership coming in. Because maybe you are disagreeing with them. They're saying, let's remove her and put somebody else. While in those PLC, you need people who at least have experience on elections to say what happens when there are elections and all those matter of things. Because like the issue of demarcations, if you don't have an experience in this issue, Commissar, you find in our ward, Remo Mulwaneng, the Mulwaneng wa Ward 7 and Ward 19 of Fetago Motubatse, you find that the nearest voting station Kia Ward 7, and ke molwaneng wa Ward 19 and Ward 7. You have people of Ward 19 moving to go and vote in Ward 7. So all I'm saying is, let us pay attention to that and trace such things earlier, like as in now, so that we don't wait for 2024. The second issue, that Commissar Rebecca spoke about, it's on page 25. That's